Good morning, everyone, and hello, friends, and welcome into another edition of To The Point Podcast. Everybody's doing well. On this special Saturday edition, it is Masters Week. It's opening day. Lots happening in the world of sports. And I thought we'd just have a little podcast this morning to have some fun, get ready for the Masters. Might watch some today, maybe, if we find the time. But with me, as he was a couple weeks ago, is Shamus Fillmore. Shay, good to see you.
Hey, man, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are things?
Good. Yeah, down for the weekend, and I know this was in the works for a while, so I'm happy to get it going. We get a couple other special people on the way, and I'm glad we can kick it off, just me and you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you got to be feeling good about your draft.
Yeah, I know.
Than me.
If we can recap it, I guess we did. I'm gonna just go off the whim of my head here, but it was John Rahm.
Yeah.
You took JT.
Yeah.
Then I think I took either Patrick Cantlay or Cameron Smith.
Yeah, you took Cantlay, and then you took Smith, and you got Rick Hovland.
Rick Hovland. He just snuck in.
Yeah, he snuck into the
I'm looking, I missed. And then +4, Rick Hovland.
Yeah.
And then, and then obviously even my long shot, Lee Westwood, still kicking. He's not looked great yesterday. A couple times where I thought he was going to maybe throw the clubs, but kept his composure, and he's still in there.
Yeah, so juxtaposing that, I got Justin Thomas, who had a great round yesterday, but still 7 shots off the lead. So I will complain about that because might be better. But and then I picked Rory McIlroy, who
Jesus,
not in a great headspace.
Yeah.
Did make the cut. Got the hamburger, Daniel Bergen. And then my long shot, like you, Harold Higgs Jr. the third, made the cut. So yeah, Sam Burns, he's trunk slamming, but I mean the conditions were tough yesterday.
I think that was the biggest thing, is that you saw a lot of young guys struggle yesterday, and a lot of guys who played the course 2-3 years did really, really well.
Yeah, and how do you I watched Scheffler last night, and I couldn't believe what he was doing. I mean, birdie his shots, and he's 5 strokes up on Matsuyama, Schwartzel, Shane Lowry, Sung Jae Im, which I can't believe that's the second place group going into moving day today. But he's number 1 player in the world. I know we both didn't pick him. I didn't pick him because I thought he's won 3 times this year. He's not going to win again, and maybe he won't. But he is dialed in right now.
Yeah, the ultimate heat check. I didn't take him either, just thinking, maybe this wasn't his tournament, but he's proved me wrong. And to be honest, I don't know his track record at the Masters.
He's only played it once. So
yeah, it's not like he's a seasoned vet, but he's just feeling it. And even with those conditions, he looked really, really good.
Yeah. He's got a 5-stroke lead, and he's gonna teeing off at Schwartzel this afternoon. You got Matsuyama with Im, and Big Shane Lowry, I think, is playing with DJ. So I like that. I like that pairing. But you kind of did you almost pick Shane Lowry? I feel like you were mentioning Shane Lowry.
I was thinking about it, good Irishman, and I wanted I wanted one on the card, but no, I strayed away because I didn't know how he'd perform. I don't really know much about his game, and I don't know how he did historically this year and at the Masters. So I stayed away from a guy like that. But
I wish I would have taken him. What's funny is he actually has he won the British Open a few years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so he's got a major under his belt. So, yeah, he's like a Bubba Watson, where Bubba's got 2 majors, both at Augusta. But, you win 2 Masters.
Yeah, you're recognized. Yeah, you won't have to.
Or you got like a Danny Willett who came out of nowhere in 16, and now he made the cut here. He's 1 under, so he's still in.
He had a good first day. He had a relatively good day, and then yesterday maybe not so much. But still, if you have that great first day, it really sets yourself up that you give yourself that room to suck on the second and still be in contention.
Are you hoping conditions are tough again today, so we see some guys struggle? Do you like seeing guys struggle?
No, I think it's nice to throw one crappy day in there because it really. It weeds out some of the players, but I really hope that today is maybe a little bit nicer than it was yesterday.
Yeah, I worry about Tiger if conditions are bad again today because
bad day yesterday.
Yeah, and just physically, I haven't had surgery, but I've heard people talk about it. And they say when it's cold, you feel a lot worse.
Yeah.
And obviously he's had
multiple
100 surgeries. So I just worry about him if he can hold up, if the conditions aren't ideal.
Right. Yeah. Because he had a relatively late start yesterday.
Yeah.
And, I don't know much about it, but from the commentators, obviously they think that the longer you wait with, an older guy, especially a guy who's staying around kind of idling, then that usually turns out worse. And I think that's just statistically the same thing.
Right. And he'll tee off early afternoon, which I think is good for him. Obviously he's 2 over, so he's 10 strokes back of Scotty Scheffler. But if he could just play the weekend, I said this the other day, if he could play the weekend physically and he feels okay, that's the best thing.
I think it's a success story that he made the cut, honestly. Yeah. Like, I had no expectation of him coming in and playing this well.
Right.
Like, I thought, like, if he had a bad day, if he had a good day the first day, I was like, great. He might tank it on the second day. And he's looked just, obviously he's still in it. So I think that it's a success story already.
Absolutely. Looking at it, Bryson DeChambeau shot 80 yesterday.
And he wasn't in a car crash. Like, he was probably prepping
he's got
for 13 months
with his curls and his protein shakes or whatever. But Bryson finished the tournament 12 over.
Is he into Scientology?
Yeah, he's into a lot of different stuff.
He seems like a guy that would be into that.
Astrology, science. Yeah.
Big on the Scorpio signs.
Are you into that?
No, not at all.
Does Kennedy know her sign?
She probably knows her sign, but she doesn't really care. She doesn't.
That's good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I worry. Honestly, this is bad to say. When I meet somebody and one of their first things is they ask me when my birthday is, I instantly worry. Could be a woman that I'm interested in. Could just be
Joe Blow
on the street. If they say, when are you born? I know what the next question is going to be. And I couldn't tell you what my sign is, but I'm automatically like, I don't see us gelling.
Yeah, the red flags just keep popping up.
I don't see us gelling. Or Libra season, or I'm like, just a tough look. But
tad bit off topic, but I mean, you think about anyone who's had surgery this close and come back, anyone on that tour, I don't think there's maybe a handful of guys that could play that well.
No, I totally agree. And maybe he has a good day today and he's he's in one of the last groups. That would be a great as well if he could have a good round today. I'll read out the leaderboard to you. You got Scheffler at 8 under. Then you got Matsuyama, who had hardly played coming into because he's had a neck injury. The fact that he's second place is crazy. He shot 3 under. He had a good round yesterday. He's a good player, but you get DJ at 2 under. Your guy Smith, Harry Varner, JT Morikawa, Corey Connors at 1 under. Any of these guys kind of 6-7 strokes off the lead that you think could do some damage today and get back in the hunt?
Recency bias, but I think DJ can turn it on. If he has a really good day today, I don't think it's a problem. It really also varies on how well Scheffler's going to play for the rest of the tournament.
Right.
But I think DJ, if he turns it up, because I had no expectation he was going to do well in this tournament. I don't think he's had a relatively great
since
start
he
to
really
the season.
Won the Masters, and that was a year and a half ago. He hasn't been great.
Yeah, that was kind of his one thing.
Walker, my guy Kevin Na, underrated. Yeah,
he's having a good tournament.
Yeah, he's having a good tournament.
And I can't say he gets a lot of screen time, Walker, but
no,
he's a good watch. I don't know if it's because of the group he plays in or
Tiger doesn't help him.
Yeah,
Tiger doesn't help. Like
anybody.
Cam Smith was hardly on TV yesterday. Cam Smith's a great player.
It is funny. Like I get to know, but it's funny that for Tiger's group, you get this Newman kid.
Yeah,
and he played really well. I don't know if he's still in it, but he played really well, I thought.
Yeah, he's 1 under. He was 3 under until he double bogeyed the last time.
Oh, he did? Okay.
He had a rough 18. But he's really good. Like he won the Tigers tournament, the Genesis this year. But yeah, DJ is interesting. I mean, Cam Smith at 2 under, I wouldn't rule out. He's one of your picks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule out him having a really big day. Cantlay scares me because he can get hot. John Rahm doesn't for some. He's too far off. I know John Rahm today. He'll shoot like 65 today. He always does this, but he'll be too far back to back into contention. That's what he seems to do.
So is his thing, and better than me, is his thing like kind of just heating up towards the end and like having an okay start, like historically?
Yeah, normally his Thursdays are tough.
Oh, okay.
And he'll be a couple over par, and then he'll start to find his game, and he'll finish like T5. Like he'll be right in the mix, but he has to make up too many strokes, so he can't eventually win.
Okay.
So, but he's always there, but he's for a lot of the tournament, you're like, well, he's not in contention. Then all of a sudden Sunday, you're like, holy shit, he's 2 strokes off the lead. But then you have the final group still have to come out. So he's always there, but you can't win a major on Thursday, but you can lose it. I think Jon Rahm loses it a lot of the time because he doesn't stay close to the pack.
Yeah, you think you could just bring that heat all weekend, but it just probably is hard for some guys to just get shot out of the gate and then keep that speed the entire time.
Yeah.
What about? So, do you think Matsuyama do you think he could go 2 for 2?
He's playing really well, and I think that'd be an interesting story because he was the first Japanese man to ever win the Masters, and I think he can because he knows the course. He just won it last year. I don't look at him and he doesn't look physically bad. He's had a neck problem, but he looks fine. But I think he could. I mean, I look at that second group. I definitely have the most faith in him over Schwartzel, Shane Lowry, or Sung Jae Im, who just continues to hang around. One of your favorites is at 1 under, Bill Zalatoris.
Billy Z.
Maybe Billy Z could have a run today.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
He had a great year last year.
This
was for an amateur last year to play that well in that tournament. I think was amazing, and the fact that he's got the experience and now he's trying for a second run is really, really something. He's going to be a really special player.
Yeah, he will. He should hire Tiger or somebody, a really good putter. Maybe I think of like Brad Faxon, who's a really good coach. He's worked with Rory McIlroy.
Okay. He
should take like 6 months off and just learn how to putt. He has one of the ugliest putting strokes. Like there's videos. There's this funny video on YouTube. You can go and he's got a 4-foot just easy putt and he skulls it. Like it's his stroke. Like it would make people like. I hate that putter that you can stand up that Adam Scott uses. Like I hate it. But I would actually say Billy Z, like maybe try this one out because it's so hard to watch him putt.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he's like tee to green, he's one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, if he can just shape that off in this game, like he's going to kill strokes and he's going to be right up there with the best of the best. He'll be a top 10 player probably by the end of the year. But I agree. That's, and for someone who does golf, putting is a lot mental. And maybe he just doesn't have that mental strength right now.
Yeah, because you got to think that you're going to make the putt.
Yeah. Oh, it's literally a visualizing it going in every single time, and it's not going to go in every single time. And most times it doesn't. But you still have to think that way, or else you're just shooting it to shoot it.
Right. Because I think you see a lot of these guys like Scheffler, such a confident putter.
Yeah.
He's one of the best putters in the world. He's the #1 player in the world.
Jon Rahm's a great putter too.
Yep. They just think it's going in. Yeah. Tiger. I mean, he had a 29-foot putt on the first day. He's like, oh, that's going in. Like 16. I played this 1,000. That's going in. Like, I don't care.
25 years, is when he won his first green jacket?
Yeah, it was in 97. Yes.
That's crazy.
That would be 25, yeah. 97, yeah, because the year prior, there's a documentary this week on ESPN. It's called Shark. It's about Greg Norman in 96. He had an 8-stroke lead on Sunday. And he gave it away. Nick Faldo won, but he just chili dipped it.
That'd be funny.
And they refer to him now as the Great White Shark.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know this.
I watched the first half.
In 96.
96.
Oh, yeah. I feel that. I actually kind of feel bad.
Yeah.
That's who else like recently that you can think of had such a lead and just dipped it? Was Spieth the one?
Spieth would be right there. That was hard.
Yeah, that was toughy.
Because you got Nick Faldo on the call, and he came back and won it in 96. So he watched Norman, then he watched Spieth. Faldo's okay in the tally. He's not great. I don't love him, but he's got a couple like stupid drops, and he's just like, oh no! And Spieth puts it in the drink for the 4th time. You're just like, uh-oh. Yeah, Spieth was bad. I'm trying to think of other recent examples of just big leads. You just see the guys just fading. DJ did it a few times because he's had leads at U.S. Opens where you're like, this guy should win. He's such a good player.
Mm-hmm.
He's only got one. He's got 2 majors.
Yeah, I know. That's scary to think about. He's almost 30. Well, he's almost
40.
30. Yeah, he's almost 38, I think.
Yeah, like he's almost 40 years old and he's only got 2. Like, I mean, 2's great, but Bubba Watson has 2. Nobody would think that Bubba Watson's better than Dustin Johnson.
Yeah, not even in the same atmosphere.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. Yeah, so we've named off a couple of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a big Sungjae Im guy, or are you not? It sounds like you're not much of a fan.
Well, I like his get-up.
He does have a good
white
get-up.
Belt, black pants.
Yeah.
Looks good. But he's a good player, but I could see him fading today, just having a tough day. He's had a couple good rounds. I'm quietly thinking Shane Lowry's going to go on a little run here.
Okay.
Big Shane Lowry.
Put that on the board right now.
Yeah, and it would be nice to see Corey Connors play well. Do I have any faith that he will? No. If I was betting and it said Corey Connors is going to shoot under par, over par today, I'll bet over par.
Right.
Just that's what Canadians do. They play well, they're in there, and then it's just
fade. Yeah.
See ya. Mackenzie Hughes did make the cut, so both Canadians did make the cut. I think Mackenzie Hughes is in one of the first groups this morning, so we'll see him shortly. But yeah, Morikawa is interesting. He's at 1 under.
Did he have a relatively good day yesterday?
He had a decent day. I think he shot 1 under, something like that. So he had a decent day. With the conditions, obviously Scheffler was 5 under, which was just incredible. But Morikawa's won multiple majors. I think this course is set up well for him. He could be a guy that is and obviously Justin Thomas is lurking there too.
Who completes the ring first, Morikawa or Rory McIlroy? Rory's already pretty much done. You got to think.
So yeah, Morikawa's got the PGA and the British. So Morikawa's got to win the U.S. Open and the Masters. Rory only has to win 1. But I'm picking Morikawa. Yeah. I'm picking Morikawa because I think he's younger. I think he's better than Rory is right now.
Yeah.
And I could see Rory winning another major that's not Augusta, say, this year moving forward.
Right. Overseas again, probably.
Yeah, maybe the British, although he struggles there. I think he
historically.
Yeah. He's just, I could see U.S. Open usually are big courses, and he's a big driver. When his driver's going well for him, he's one of the best in the world because he can just put it down the fairway and he bombs at 340.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say I'd take Morikawa. If it's a FanDuel thing, I'll take the parlay with Morikawa.
Okay. So you have, obviously Mr. Burns he's slamming the trunk like you said earlier.
Him and Weirzy.
Who do you got to replace him? Have you put much thought into it? Is your boy Lowry going to
Well, I don't want to take a guy that's too high up.
Right.
I'm not going to do that because I don't think that's fair. So I'm going to look at your guys. You got do you want to drop Hovland?
If we were doing a replacement, I would drop Victor Hovland. Okay. Yeah, he's not making it tomorrow.
We'll drop Hovland.
Okay.
If it Rick, you're done. Nice pants.
I feel bad. Yeah, he was styling.
You see those pants?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, those are some pants.
Yeah.
So we'll keep our long shots. You got old Lee Westwood, and I got Harold Higgs. So is there a guy that you're looking at that you like that you want to replace Rick Hovland with?
I'm just trying to think. We got to make it somewhat fair. So why don't we say guys who are maybe -1 and behind?
Okay.
So we can't take anyone that's obviously over.
Right. So 1 under right now. There's Connors. There's Morikawa. There's Joaquin Niemann, your boy. Danny Willett, Billy Z.
I'm going to take Billy Z.
You're going to take Zalatoris?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Just recency bias from last year.
Bill Zalatoris.
He's got, like you said, he's got an ugly putt, but he's not. He's an ugly duckling, but he can make some magic happen.
I can't take Connors. I'm not taking.
Won't do it.
I don't want to take Morikawa because he's a major winner, so I'm not going to do that.
Fair. Okay.
Even though I only have JT's only got 1 major on my list. I can't take Danny Willett. Let me see who's +1 or even.
right.
I might take a guy that's even par, to be honest, over some of these 100 guys.
You have a much better knowledge than me, but has anyone going into the cut Saturday who was plus ever win the Masters?
I'm sure. I think Faldo might have been.
Oh, really? That in '96?
I think he was like
Wow.
one. I think he was one.
That's
over.
even more embarrassing that he was minus
Yeah.
That buddy was -8 and he still lost to someone that was in the plus.
Eldrick is one over.
He was and that's why I didn't want to say long shot when we picked this on Tuesday, because anything can happen with this guy.
Matthew Fitzpatrick is there, tight pants.
He had a good day yesterday.
I'm gonna take. You took Billy Z, not a great putter. I'm gonna take a guy that's not a great driver. Christian Bezuidenhout.
Okay.
Of South Africa.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm gonna
I like
take
it.
He's even par. So he, maybe he finds it, but I'm gonna take Bezuidenhout to. Sorry, Walker. I couldn't take Kevin Na. He's too high up.
I didn't know
he's
he
too
was
under.
still
He's too high up there, so
Yeah.
I couldn't. But yeah. So Billy Z, Christian Bezuidenhout. So you got Rahm, Patrick Cantlay, Cam Smith, Billy Z, Lee Westwood, and I got JT, Rory, Bezuidenhout, Berger, and Harry.
Yeah.
I mean, my closest guy, you're in better shape than me. You got Cam Smith's 2 under.
Yeah.
I get JT 1 under. And, other than that, I think Cantlay is at. He must be under par.
Oh, really? I thought he was.
He might be even too. Well, maybe he's over par.
Yeah. My picks were in, but not a lot of them were good. Like Rick, he didn't have a great day yesterday after doing okay.
No, he's +4, just got in. Leishman just got in. Patrick Reed snuck in.
Love to see that guy.
Kicked a few balls to get in.
Yeah.
John Rahm is 2 over. Rory's 2 over. Harry's 2 over. Sergio. I like seeing Sergio make the cut. Cantlay is 1 over. So
Okay.
we have a lot of the guys in the same vicinity.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah. So yeah, first groups today, you got Scott, Shamus, Leishman, and Mac, I think.
Oh.
I hope Mac's playing with Leishman.
That'd be interesting.
What's good is that you got Mac is playing in the first groups today, so you at least get to see him play a little bit more.
Yeah, no, for sure, exactly, because you don't get any screen time as soon as Tiger hits the fucking
it's a course. That's it.
The warm up. You know what I mean? Like the minute he enters, it's like, okay, guys, screen time's over. Like, let's get this going.
The disrespect is off the charts right now. They're saving all of Kevin's screen time for today. If he makes a run, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way you're gonna get screen time in this.
And Tiger just
bombs it.
Has a catastrophic injury, but they'll cut off the course and be like, Tiger.
Yeah. We're following the ambulance that's going to the hospital right now to check on Tiger.
What do you think of that? That it's all.
Well, the TSN guys talked about it this week, and they said that either if he did play, it would be all about him, which I totally agree, and that's what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
But they said even if he didn't play, there would be a lot of what would Tiger do? Oh, projections on Tiger's hole. What do you feel about that?
I think there's 2 arguments. I think it's bad. I think when they say they want to grow the sport, I think that's a contradiction. If only all you show is Tiger, because he's 46. Like if you want to promote the young players, like a Bill, like a Rick Hovland, even some of these other guys like Justin Thomas should be showed more. He's one of the best players in the world. Kevin Na, less, but like Scotty Scheffler is leading the tournament, but you wouldn't know it.
No, not really.
He's 5-stroke leader. And you're just like, okay, it's Tiger. Tiger Woods is eating a ham and cheese. Steve Sands of the Golf Channel. That's right behind him. Yeah, he's just bit into that Damn, I think he missed the cheese. It's an Eggo waffle coming around the corner. It's
I 100% agree. Like, it's a great story, and it's one of the best. And the Tiger lovers are going to hate this.
Mhm.
They need to show less Tiger.
Yes,
like that. That's what it really comes down to. And like I said, nothing against the story, but there's so much talent in this tournament and so many good other stories.
There's so many good golfers.
Like this Harold Wagner, or is it Wagner or Wagner?
I'm trying to think. Wagner.
I'm pretty sure this is his first time on tour. He's playing half decent. He's in the cut. He's in the minus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to promote stories like this more often, because these guys, it's very rarely that you see a one-off come and play this well and be in contention into a Saturday.
So yeah, today you got Mackenzie Hughes with Adam Scott. That's the first pair out. That's actually good. Adam Scott's a former champion. You got Rick Hovland, Minwoo Lee, Shamus Power, Mark Leishman, Lucas Glover, Cam Davis, Max Homa, Tommy Fleetwood.
I didn't know Tommy was still in it.
The Goocher, Berger, Swafford, Harold Higgs, Rory, Sepp Straka, Bubba and Sergio, the veteran pair. the two Masters winners. That's
entertaining.
Kevin Kisner is with Tiger.
Oh, Kiz.
How much does he melt today?
Kisner?
Yeah.
It's gonna lose it.
Because I thought Neiman did really well. He didn't seem phased at all.
No, not at all.
I kind of want to see a Kisner melt.
Has he won a major? I don't think so.
Kevin Kisner is one of Casey's favorites.
He's such a I watch a lot of the foreplay guys from Barstool, and they love Kiz. Like, that's their boy.
Yeah,
he is he seems like such an idiot. I'm not gonna lie.
he shows up at the match play every year and he dominates. He's always in the final. Other than that, you're like, where is he? Oh, miscut. So you got Kisner, Woods, Webb Simpsons, Cantlay, Justin Thomas, and Bezuidenhout.
Oh,
my two guys.
Wow.
Great pair there. Morikawa and Billy Z.
Nice. Young couple.
Cam Smith, Corey Connors. Kevin Na's going to get some play today. Dustin Johnson and Kevin Na.
Oh, there you go, Walker.
Walker, there you go.
Yeah,
Kevin Na. Matsuyama with Harold Varner Jr. III. Sung Ji Im, Shane Lowry, and Scotty Scheffler and Charles Schwartzel. I mean, it's funny seeing some of the names at the top. The last group, you're like, who?
Schwartzel? Who did you say?
Scheffler and Charles Schwartzel.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense, but yeah, it's still strange.
I mean, you can only put the final group who's leading the tournament, because otherwise it'd be like, Tiger, 2 over. 2 over. Does he shoot under par today?
We should save this for the group.
Okay.
If they show up.
If they show up.
Yeah, they're a couple late rivals coming in here.
Did they answer your text?
Yeah, our friend of the pod, C Mac, said he sounds good, but it was half an hour ago. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe they're.
Okay, but we can re-ask him. But I think he's in the plus today.
Okay.
I think after 2 days of, a little bit of a meltdown yesterday, I think 2 days of physical golf and everything being on the spotlight, and not that he's aware of the spotlight, I think he eventually just breaks and it's kind of starts to melt.
Mm-hmm.
But since saying that, would it honestly surprise me that he's going to make it to Sunday?
No.
Not really, because it's Tiger.
Right. Yeah.
He was there Sunday last year too, right?
Yes. Yeah. He was in one of the last groups, but he was there. He's only missed the cut once, and it was his first tournament.
Oh.
In '96. '96 was a special year. Tiger's introduction, the great white shirt. It was a good year. I could see him going like 1 over. Okay. If it's another tough conditions, I think if he is kind of the same round as yesterday. One of his big, you kind of know how the round's going to go. He always struggles on one. He misses the fairway always on the first hole. Yeah. That's something Tiger has done there forever. He always seems to bogey that one. He'll birdie too. Yeah, I think right around even maybe today for him.
Okay.
I don't know if he pushes. But if he can get through the 4 rounds, then he can feel like, okay, I could contend at the British, where he loves the course there. I can contend. I can come back here next year and play better. I think that's what it's all about for him now. It's just feeling physically able to do it.
And his partner in the first on Thursday, Louis, what happened to him?
Yeah, he had some kind of arm injury or something. So, he was 4 over after the first round.
Okay.
And he was top 3 in all the majors last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, little Louis Oosthuizen. Probably should have won a couple majors.
Oh, he should have.
He's a guy that loves to throw away a lead. Just got a text from our 2. Just picking up Cole. I slept through my alarm. So I don't think they'll be here today.
Oh, okay.
So that's okay. Sleeping Saturday. It's a big ask for these guys.
I love that.
Yeah. So
no pressure now.
We're gonna bury them on air because we're here and they're not. And they made
if I can get up, anybody can get up. I love to sleep.
I concur. Nobody. Well. If I met anybody who likes to sleep more than you.
Would it be Case?
He likes to sleep.
Yeah. Riser.
No. Brett Pomeroy.
Oh, true. Or bury him, Brett P.
But he's on another level of just degenerate sleepers. But yeah, you do like your sleep.
Yeah.
Getting Dawson's up is easy.
Oh, he's a sound sleeper, but the minute you say Dawson, he's like, yep, I'm ready to go.
I am the complete opposite. I'm not a good sleeper. I normally struggle in that area, but I'm looking forward. I think it's gonna be obviously they'll be down. They'll watch some golf with us today. That's gonna be fun. But let's talk about some other stuff because we're here. So we'll talk golf and we'll kind of update. We'll pick our winner before we go.
Okay.
But NBA season's over in a couple nights.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you liking as we head into the playoffs?
Oof.
It's a team that
it's going to be bad because I shit on them Tuesday, but just Phoenix looks really, really good.
Yeah.
And I still have that in the back of my head that they're so good that something's going to go wrong. Like the perfect season, like you think about the Warriors in 2016, like having a really good year doesn't always translate into the playoffs, but there's a lot to like about this team. Like even some of the ads they made, like in the off season, they just have a really, really sound team where everyone just does their role.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul is just such a great floor general and he runs things so well. I don't know. It'd be scary. I didn't think they'd make it back to the finals, but now I'm starting to think that it's probably a higher possibility.
Is he the best player to not have a ring?
Ever or just right now?
Ever.
Oof. I don't know. Malone, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be up there for
Stockton.
me. Yeah, those 2 guys were really good in their heyday, but yeah, I don't know. Isaiah Thomas.
Is Chris Paul better than AI?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, and it's nothing to do with off the court stuff because we all know AI has a couple problems, but
you like to have fun.
Yeah. But no, I do think Chris Paul, and the crazy statistic is that he's on 4 different teams. We're gonna call. I'm just gonna do in my head whether it's Houston, Phoenix, the Clippers, and New Orleans. He's gotten every time he's been the leader on that team, and every time he's entered the team, they've got their highest win totals.
Franchise history. Yeah.
And like that's not like you might say twice, okay, whatever. 3 times, okay, that's a little fluky. 4 times, that has something to do with the player.
Absolutely.
And where he lands.
He's one of the best point guards ever, and he's such a throwback because he's a floor general.
Yeah.
There's so many guys that aren't point guards anymore, but they are listed as like Kyrie Irving is not a point guard.
Yeah. No.
He's a 2.
Yeah.
Steph, I don't think is a point guard.
No, he loves to shoot.
LeBron's a point guard. Although you could argue he doesn't play much of point guard anymore. All he does is shoot. But,
he doesn't trust his team.
He doesn't trust his team.
Yeah. We're not bringing up the Lakers, but yeah.
Well.
Unless you want to rain on their parade.
Walker might be listening, so I kind of.
Oh, is he a big LA guy?
He likes LeBron.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
Get a LeBron lover.
He used to be a Wizards fan when he was humble and had his favorite teams back in the day, which I could see the Wizards sucking the life out of you, but because they just stink. But let's talk about the Lakers.
Okay.
Frank Vogel is going to be fired. We know this because they're missing the play-in. What is so bad is that there's a play-in now, so it makes it look like you were half decent when you really aren't. Like you're battling for the 10 seed. Stupid play-in anyway. Money. So Frankie V is going to be fired. What else happens with this team? How do they get rid of Russell Westbrook? Who's taking him?
I don't think you can. I think you have to submit significant assets with him to get him to go anywhere.
And they're gonna have to their 2027 first. Like that's basically what
Probably.
they have.
Yeah.
They have no first round picks until then.
Yeah, they're you've honestly got to be scared if you're a fan of this franchise, because where is it going for the next 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron's going to leave. I have a great suspicion that LeBron's going to say, okay, I'm going to wait till my son's in the league. I'm going to go play with him for a year,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not waiting around to stink it up in LA for another 2-3 years.
Is the option trade LeBron to get assets to trade Westbrook and just have a complete teardown?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it's crazy to say that they should trade LeBron.
No, me neither.
He's still a great player, don't get me wrong, but that team is not going to win.
No, and you have the look at the season he's having. He's having statistically one of the best seasons. Do I think he's having one of the best seasons of his career? No, because I think he's lazy. But I still think he's having a fantastic year, and I think he'd be an asset to almost any team besides this one.
Would Cleveland trade for him? I'm not sure every team would, because you're going to have to give up a lot.
Yeah, a ton.
He's going to be 38. Like Cleveland's obviously they're struggling down the stretch here, but I love Darius Garland. Mobley's a great player.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Allen, he'll be on my team any day. I think they should really think about trading LeBron. I don't think they will, but I think it's something they should consider.
Yeah, it's not on the realm of possibility. And what team right now are you like, okay, they could use that one X factor, that one player, if any team in the league?
What if he went to Dallas with Luka?
Oh, that'd be interesting. Dallas has – I'm assuming Dallas has most of their picks. They don't seem like a franchise that gets rid of picks easily. So I can see something like that happening. As for players, I don't know if they have many players they want to give up, but it'd be interesting.
Yeah,
because you wouldn't have to surround those two with very much. It'd almost be like when LeBron went to Miami. Like you have your 3 stars, and then you have Mario Chalmers as your starting point guard.
Yeah, Norris Cole,
Shane Battier, like those bums.
Rashard Lewis.
Rashard Lewis.
He had a D3. He's a good 3 shooter.
He was a good 3 shooter, but yeah, that's
LeBron doesn't like 3-point shooters anymore. Could have had Buddy Hield, didn't want him. Wanted Westbrook.
Did he deny that deal with Sacramento?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I saw that through social, and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Well, LeBron's like Jordan. They both suck at being general managers.
Yeah.
Walker, Laker and Wizards are horrible. Is it too late to jump on the Celtics bandwagon, Shamus?
Walker, you're denied from that ability. Yeah, if you weren't screaming at the TV at Kevin Garnett in 2008, it's a no-go for me. Sorry, friend.
Yeah, hello, friend.
Also, jumping from LA to Boston is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever heard.
That can't happen. That's like going that's like going Caps to Penguins. You can't do that.
Yeah, no.
They play today, oddly enough. 4:00 afternoon game. I
got to ask this before I forget. Did you watch Montreal and New Jersey this week? You did, didn't you? I looked at this game.
I watched the period.
Okay, I said this is a game that has Juggy written all.
I watched the worst game though.
A worse game than that? Seattle didn't include Seattle, did it?
No. Well, I don't know if it's worse. One team's a playoff team, the other isn't.
St. Louis and Arizona.
No.
Oh, they played that way. Okay.
Yeah. This team is leading a division, and this other team has signed a big player recently.
Sign a big player.
A youngster.
High
profile. Might have been a high pick.
Oh, Buffalo and
Carolina.
Carolina. And Buffalo won. No, Carolina
Buffalo won. No, they played twice this week.
Oh, okay. I thought Carolina.
I watched bits and pieces of it.
That's What do you think about that though? If we're on the topic, Owen Power, he signs this week. It means he's going, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not pulling the typical Jimmy VC Adam Fox.
Right. I said this yesterday. I thought I give 100% of the credit, none of the Pagulas, because they're a fucking nightmare, to Don Granato, the head coach. He and Sawyer texted me this last night. Why would you go here, Buffalo? Normally, I would get that, but I think he's starting to build a culture there. Cousins is playing. They got youngsters, Will Bryson, Casey Fitzgerald. So they have young guys. Tage Thompson has a career year. He's playing unbelievable. Jeff Skinner, Revival, Credence Revival, whatever that band there.
Credence or CCR,
yeah, that one there. Clearwater, is that what it is?
Yeah,
the Revival tour. He's finding his game. Do I think that they're 100% stable? No. But I think there's a sense of trust with that coach that you can separate it from ownership that are a nightmare. Mm-hmm. So I give most of the credit to Don Granato. And the team hasn't been great this year, don't get me wrong, but they haven't been pathetic. They're not Arizona. They're not they're way better than I thought they'd be. I remember we were talking at the beginning of the year. I thought them and Arizona could not win 20 games each. Mm-hmm. They got more points than Ottawa. Mm-hmm. And Montreal,
which
Ottawa 2 years away. I mean, that's been forever. That's the Ottawa Senators. But I think it's a good thing for him. Darlene is also playing really well this year. So
he's someone to pass it to.
I mean, you can make an exit zone pass. Like you can do something before. So do I worry about him a little? But I feel more secure than I did a year ago.
Yeah, I agree. I think that since the Eichel trade, things have looked, they're not great, but they're not also, it's not a dumpster fire anymore. And feels like having a guy like Alex Tuck who could easily put a C on him because I feel like he's just a well-liked guy and he really, he wants to be there.
And he didn't bitch about the trade.
Not at all.
He just went in and said, you know what? I'm playing here.
Yeah. And I think he was welcomed obviously for that attitude. And I think that, he's a guy that obviously guys want to play with. Yes. The Tage Thompson, the Alex Tuck, and the Jeff Skinner line has played really, really well over the last, say, 15, 20 games.
Yeah, they're on fire. And they got a couple more goals last night from that line. And Florida, another comeback. 3-1 down, they come back and win the game.
It's like they just turn it on, eh?
Yeah, this first period, they're just like, I'm out of it. And then they just wake up and like, okay, I guess we'll win. It's crazy. How do you feel about Florida? Do they scare you as a Toronto fan, or do you feel more comfortable playing them?
I'd want to play them more than I want to play Tampa. Someone asked me last night who would want to play out of the three teams. We'll say Tampa, Boston, and Florida. Mm-hmm. And I first probably said Boston because I mean they're hot right now, but their team's not as scary as there was, in 17-18.
Right.
Or 18-19, sorry. And then I said Florida because I think if there's any team that we could match firepower with, it'd probably be them. Right. But that also includes our big guys showing up, which they did last year.
Right.
So it does, they do scare me, but they don't scare me as much as a Tampa, where I know Tampa's it's like that.
Right.
And they're gonna flick a switch.
Yeah. I would say you're probably a good position right now with Boston beats Tampa last night, so they're a point up on Tampa. And I think Toronto's got a 4-point buffer on the Bruins. So it looks like they're going to get home ice unless things really crater down the stretch. But I think Boston, this would be the third time with Boston. I feel it's important to slay that giant,
Yeah.
Well, to win Washington's Cup, they had to beat Pittsburgh. They beat Pittsburgh to get there. They Vinny Kuznetsov scored the OT winner in Game 6. But they had to go through the team that had beaten them so many times, Celtics beat the Lakers.
After losing them all.
After, loss. And they had to go through that. Heat with LeBron with the Celtics. He lost them all the time growing up. So I almost think for Toronto, it would be, if they could beat Boston, it would be like, okay, well, we could go win the cup this year. It's almost like, okay, it's freeing. Like we just beat because Matthews has lost to the Bruins. It's not just Morgan Riley who's been there forever. All these guys have at least played one series against the Bruins and have felt that sting of defeat. So I think it would be almost cathartic, almost the best option to play the Bruins, beat them, and then you move forward.
Yeah, we don't have Jake Gardiner on the back end too, which is just such a plus.
Fans kill him yet?
No, all seriousness, I feel bad for Jake Gardiner. He's going to deal with some injuries, so hope he makes it back. Not really.
You don't mean that. It's a fake apology. It's like when I'm apologizing.
Yeah, we kind of got off the rails there, but what were we talking? We're talking about NBA, weren't we? And then
we're just bouncing around.
Okay, let's bounce.
Yeah, we're talking with the Lakers, and I guess we're talking about the Lakers for a second. They're not worth the squeeze there.
I wanted to bring this up with you. The Celtics, they say out, but they rested Jason Tatum and Al Horford this week against the Bucks.
Yeah, great game.
Clearly, that second seed doesn't mean a whole lot to them. What do you think about that? Do they want the Bulls or?
I think they want the Bulls. For sure, because the Bulls they lost to Charlotte last night by like 20. I love LaMelo, but Gordon Hayward well. He's not white boy Rick. But I look at the NBA. I think it's more important that they go in healthy. So and they almost won that game too. To their credit,
6 points. I think
that was a hell of a game because they battled Tice at the best game of his career. I was like. Save some threes for the playoffs, big man, because he was playing his heart out.
He's going to be drained.
Yeah, he's going to have nothing left. But I think the Bucks the Bucks could potentially play Brooklyn in the first round. I think it's better. I think it's a good. I think they're going to beat, say it's Cleveland. I think they'll beat. They beat them last night. It was a close game, but I think they'll beat Cleveland in that playing game.
I think so too. Yeah. It's not, and then. It's scary for any team. It's kind of like we talked about the Clippers. If the Clippers got Kawhi Leonard back, that'd be a scary first round trying to take on KD and Kyrie and maybe Ben Simmons. And and like you work your ass off all year and that's your result. Like, oh, great. Like we have home court, but we're also playing the best scorer in the league. And, Mr. Dribbles a lot, aka Flat Earther.
Yeah. Flat Earther. Yeah. As a Celtics fan, do you hate Kyrie Irving forever?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It more stings because he left Cleveland saying, "Oh, I don't want to play. Like, I want to win one for myself. I want to win being the leader of a team," only to flip that and play with Kevin Durant, who is also not a lot of respect for Kevin Durant, but to do that and flip that, and it just doesn't look good.
Right. Yeah. So the Celtics would get the Bulls, which is a much easier matchup for them. I think they'll win that series with relative ease, especially because Lonzo's hurt.
Yeah.
Caruso's banged up. It's like DeRozan or bust right now for the Bulls. 76ers might get the Raptors, and they played this week.
What you smell, Dougie?
I might be smelling upset.
Yeah.
James Harden, I've been watching a lot of 76ers lately. He's not blowing by people like he used to. He looks a little long in the tooth. He doesn't have that explosivity that he used to. Oh, he can still dribble, make your brain go crazy. Dribble. But I don't love the Sixers. And Thibault can't play in Canada because he's not vaccinated. So
he starts most games for them.
Yeah, starts every game for them.
And he's not exactly like an offensive diamond.
No, he's a defender. Like he'd probably guard Siakam or Scotty B.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of important.
And he's not in there. If he's not there, who's he replacing?
Like Danny Green was playing the other night. To do his credit, he played really well. He had 18 points.
Is that his return to Toronto?
Yeah. He got his ring finally. Ring finally after 3 years. Yeah. Couldn't have shipped that FedEx or what? Really. But I wouldn't rule out Toronto beating Philly in that series.
Yeah, this team and not Philly, Toronto just kind of smells like they want an upset and they want to do some damage in the playoffs. like watching them play Boston. I've watched them play. Who else I watched them play recently? Oh God, it's losing my mind. But they do just work extremely hard. They don't have one particular player that's like called sexy on the ice.
Yeah.
But they have guys who do their jobs. I think Thaddeus Young was a great addition.
He's playing hard.
You know what I mean? And he's just a guy. He's not going to do anything sexy, but he defends really, really well. And I think that's the biggest thing with this team. Scotty Barnes,
Van
Fleet, Young, those guys defend pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the only thing that scares me is you got the 7'2" beast in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Who, I mean, Chris Boucher is not guarding that guy.
No.
He's a twig. Who else is going to be able to take him?
I think it's almost like you got to double them
every game. Yeah,
every game you got to hope guys like you'll give Thibault the shot, or you'll give. I trust Maxey more than Thibault to make a big shot. I like Maxey's a good little player.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're thinking we'll give other guys open looks to take away, because Embiid does not have a great history of playing against the Raptors.
No. Yeah.
He always struggles against them.
Yeah.
Which is weird because he's such a good player. But, obviously Marc Gasol gave him fits back in the day. And he just seems – he didn't play that well the other night in their loss to the Raptors. And for most of the night, it was like Thad Young or Boucher or even Precious Achiuwa guarding him. So he didn't have a great game. I don't think he loves playing in Toronto either. The fans get on him. So, yeah, that's just one for me I look at and I go, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go for the Sixers.
And we'll probably do like a full – we'll do like when everything's probably set and done, we probably can do – next week I'd say we'll probably do something for the play-in. I don't know when it starts.
Tuesday.
Okay, so that's perfect. So Tuesday we'll talk about the play-in and obviously who we think will win those games, and then – after that, we could probably do another pod just basically saying who we think's going to win each round and like what the games will go to.
Right.
But yeah, as of right now, I could definitely see Raptors winning that in a 7-game series.
Yeah, I think it'll be a battle for sure. And if they could win a round this year, that would be a big achievement for them.
Absolutely.
To get to a second round, even if you lose to Miami. But I'd rather play Miami than play Milwaukee or Boston, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Milwaukee and Boston second round would be fun.
Yeah. And I don't have much faith. It'd be nice to see, obviously, because I mean we've lost to Milwaukee in the last 3 years in the playoffs, and that is a kind of a hump that we have to get over.
Right. Yeah. What's your expectations for the Celtics?
With or without RW?
If you get them back for the second round.
If we get them back for the second round, I really like just the way that we've been defending lately and the heat that we've been coming in with every single game. And, everyone's getting involved. Marcus Smart's been scoring like lights out for some reason the last 20, 30 games.
Mm-hmm.
I like our chances to get to a conference final.
Yeah.
Depending on who we play, obviously, with its first 2 rounds. But conference final doesn't seem out of the realm because, I mean, who would have thought in January that this team would be almost in second place?
Right. No. Yeah, you would have thought
they had a terrible
like
first
Ime Udoka fire him after one season.
Yeah. And he's not a bad coach.
He might win Coach of the Year.
Yeah, exactly. And he's not like even before that. Like I didn't think the problem stemmed with him. I thought he was a relatively good coach for a first-year coach. But yeah, no, I think the conference final seems like a reasonable ask.
Yeah. NHL team that is kind of sneaky good right now.
Sneaky good? Oh, they won last night. I don't mind them, but I know you like the team they're going to play in.
You're talking about St. Louis?
Yeah.
I love that matchup. I can't.
And that was a good little taste test of what we're going to see in the first round, right? I think St. Louis looks okay. I have faith that when they get to the playoffs, Ryan O'Reilly will snap out of whatever funk he's in, and he's going to become the Rod Riley of 2019. But what other team? I'm not going to say any team from the Atlantic because we all know they're good. They're not sneaky.
Rangers are on fire.
Yeah, Rangers have been having a nice little run here with Shosturkin gets a shutout this week.
Waves bye-bye to the Pens.
Yeah. Did he really?
Yeah, he
That's
did.
cocky.
Going off the ice, he's like, bye-bye.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. He's is that a first-round matchup you want to see? Pittsburgh and New York?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But they're only 2 points behind Carolina.
Yeah, so they could, I guess, and Carolina's been
They've hit the skids a little bit. They
Yeah.
lost to the Islanders last night.
Yeah, that's not something you can do.
Kyle Palmieri, 15 seconds left, game winner.
Oh, was his first goal of the year?
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, Palmieri.
He's got 15.
Oh, okay.
Baker's dozen.
Yeah. I got a question for you though.
Okay.
This and I'm watching this. Who's the best hitter in the league right now in the NHL? Like just bodies, guys. I have a name. I'm gonna see if it lines up with what you think.
Foligno's right there. I watch a lot of Minnesota.
That's the best.
I'm gonna go Ivan Barbashev.
Okay, that's not something. It's not someone who I said, but he changed his
can
role.
Separate guys off pucks.
Yeah,
he's a strong man.
He's thick. Yeah. I'm gonna say Radko Gudas.
Yeah, he's a nasty piece of business.
Yeah, if there's anything he does really well, it seems like it's just absolutely killing guys.
Yeah, he reminds me of like a guy like that grew up like UFC fighting, like his father, like with bear cubs.
Yeah.
Like he just physically like he scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, I would not be, and that's another thing too. Like coming down the sides, and you got to see that guy. If you're Matthews Martin, like you're like, oh,
that wouldn't be fun for 7 games to have to go up against him.
No, and like easy comparison, obviously with last year, you got Ben Sherratt, who he's on that team too. He's not easy to play against. I mean, Matthews life hell.
Walker Campbell, think my Caps can pull off an upset against the Panthers?
No. Sorry, Walker.
I have to concur. No, I do not.
Yeah, and it's
who's starting in net?
Yeah,
Olaf Kolzig.
Yeah, one guy who was just, in your words, long in the tooth, Justin Schultz. He's awful defender.
He's had a tough run.
Yeah, he's not great. But yeah, no, who's Samsonov or Vidal with Vanacek?
Yeah.
Oops. Who would you start?
I'd start Fucali, friend of the show. No, I don't even like. I could see both guys getting starts in the series.
The head coach is playing darts the first game the night before in some bar, and he's got 2 guys' pictures on the dartboard, and he's like, whichever one of this hits, get to go tomorrow. That's the only solution I see to that problem. Yeah,
they're the only team in the East that I don't think could win a first round. Like I think Pittsburgh could win it against New York. Say I think Toronto, like Boston potentially, but don't have as much faith. Say they play Toronto, I think Toronto will win that series. But I don't. It would have to take a lot of things going right for Washington to beat Florida.
Washington is this year, and maybe that's just because I zoom in on some of these games. They have a lot of comeback or like last minute goals. I'm like, that's great, but that's also because you're letting in a lot of goals often. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have those stories, but like that's okay, maybe like once or twice, say a year, not like 7 or 8 times.
They don't defend well. They don't have a whole lot of depth scoring.
No, Connor Sheary's not your answer.
They're just kind of an old team. They don't do anything well. And the East has just been so who's been making the playoffs since mid-December. That's one thing I've hated about this season is how transparent it's been. Like there's hardly been any races for the last couple months. I'm just like, okay, yeah. Edmonton's caught a heater.
Yeah.
Your Oilers on a heater. They play LA in the first round. They winning that series?
Absolutely, yeah, I think so.
So that'd be Edmonton, Calgary, second round. That'd be fun. Battle of Alberta.
We're basing that if Calgary can win a first round.
They're winning the first round.
Who are they playing?
They play
what
Dallas,
if they play Dallas
right now. They'll win that series.
You think so?
Or they play Nashville.
I don't know, man. I like this team, but I don't know if that'll be easy.
Elias Lindholm. Huh?
No, I have a lot of faith in that first line. Is the rest of the team going to show up when it matters? Like great. Mangiapane has 30 goals. Tyler Foley, trade for him. Cal Yardcroc, he's in the lineup now. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because when they did really well that year, they stunk it up in the first round. But I'm not sure that it's an easy walk for them to make it.
So if Edmonton say they beat LA and you say Calgary doesn't win.
Yeah.
They lose to Nashville. Edmonton going to a conference final?
No.
Nashville will beat them?
I think Nashville can beat them, yeah.
Okay.
I love Tanner Janot. He is he's just on bodies. He does a lot of things well, but there's a lot of things I like about Nashville. They're sneaky. I should pick them earlier. They're a sneaky good team.
Okay.
The Saros Yossi combination
Mm-hmm.
is just so attractive to me. I just love watching both those guys play so much.
Before we wrap, Matthews, Hart, lock.
It's a lock, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lock.
Who's going to be nominated with him?
I think Shesterkin should be nominated for sure for the year he's had. Unbelievable. He'll win the Vezina, in my opinion. And right there with him. If Yossi can keep going with his trajectory,
if he gets to 100 points.
If he gets to 100 points, I think he's got to be there over McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, I think if Yossi he's got 87 now, and I think they got 11 games left or something like that. I think he'll be nominated. I think you might see 2 Americans and Yossi. I think Johnny Gaudreau might get a nomination.
You think Johnny Hockey?
He's gonna have 100 points.
He is, yeah, he is, and he's had a great year.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna
have a team that's gonna win their division.
Yeah. Do you think it's bad that he's having this great year, but he's also
in a contract year?
Yes,
it would scare the hell out of me. If I'm Calgary,
what are you giving this guy? With his past, you look at the past 3 years, and obviously, 100 points this year. Nothing sexy last year.
It's a fine line because they got to sign Tkachuk too.
Yeah,
he's an RFA.
And I want Tkachuk.
Yeah, I'd rather have Tkachuk. He'll want an 8-year deal. No way I'm doing that. I mean, there's a lot of bad contracts handed out, and he'd be like, "Hey, I just had a 100-point season. I finished, say, top 4."
If he gets your thing, he's get a hard nod.
Yeah. Maybe ask some voters not to vote for him. Yeah. He's probably gonna ask for $9-10 million.
That's crazy.
I agree, but I think his agent would be like, "Hey, he deserves it."
Yeah. No, I have no doubt that someone will pay him that money.
Yeah.
I have no idea who. Maybe if they get rid of a couple guys.
We know an organization that likes to do stupid stuff, Philly. They could.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
they'll have guys off the books.
Yeah, you go back home, Philly.
I thought of this trade the other day, and maybe I think of a lot of crazy things in my life. What about Carter Hart for Bennington? Because Bennington's thinking it up. Carter Hart's he either sucks or he's just sick and tired of Philadelphia. I'm just thinking if 2 guys needed changes in their respective places, it'd be those 2 guys.
Does anything come with Bennington?
With Bennington?
Yes.
So you think Bennington's worth more or worth less than Hart?
Yeah.
We'll say Bennington and I don't know, Scandella maybe.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, we'll say Bennington and the new defenseman there, the Hobie Baker War guy, Bivich.
Oh, okay.
No, still no. Okay.
I don't like. I wouldn't want to trade a problem for a problem.
Okay. Yeah. No, I just thought of that the other day. I wanted your opinion.
But yeah, I don't. Carter Hart. Tough go.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if you want to preserve your career and have like a little bit of success, you got to get out of Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you're not the problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, they got a lot of problems.
Did you catch a lot of flack for the Keith Yandel take last week or this week?
People were angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few people were angry.
But your dash 41. I think you've earned the right not to be in the lineup.
Yeah, I think you've earned it. Like you played your way into that press box.
Yeah, we're talking golf today, and that was a funny thing. It was like the winner, the masters of the league, because you get so many dashes. So
right,
you're not allowed. If right off the top of your head, do you know who would be in that category? 2 Philadelphia Flyer players.
Keith. With the worst plus minus?
Yeah, with the worst plus minus of the year.
Keith would be right there. Is there people worse than him?
No, he's the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. 2 Philadelphia Flyers. Is one of them a defenseman?
No, one's a forward.
Oh, Jesus.
Which is even worse, in my opinion.
Konechny.
No.
Oh, he's terrible defensively, too.
This is last year of his deal.
Oh. No, he's still got a couple years, I think, unfortunately. I was going to say JVR.
Yeah, it was JVR.
Oh, yeah. Good. I'm glad he's on the last day.
Yeah.
I thought he had another year.
No, he was the third last, and then I think Nick Leddy, out of all people, was the second last.
Detroit hurt him.
Yeah, Detroit really hurt his self-esteem. I hope he's doing better.
He's doing better in St. Louis. A little more positive thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I took a lot of flack for that. I don't know why.
I thought it was an okay take. I think people are just sensitive.
Friend of the show, good buddy Trevor Ryan was not happy with me. But
I mean,
I said stick to the Pens, but so you should know how bad he is. They play the Pens all the time.
Yeah. It's you should be well aware that Philadelphia stinks.
Yeah,
he stinks.
Yeah, but who's winning the Masters?
Okay, that's golf. I'm gonna say his name because I think he's on my list. I'm gonna say Cam Smith.
Cam Smith's gonna rebound, find it.
Yeah, he's gonna find it today and tomorrow. Who do you got?
It's easy to say Scheffler.
That's why I didn't want to pick him.
I'm not gonna pick Scheffler though because he's got such a big lead. I worry about that. I'll stick with I'll take Justin Thomas.
Okay, for Case.
Yeah, maybe finally he can close a tournament.
It was impressive that he played better yesterday than he did Thursday with the conditions.
Or was it frustrating?
Well, it's frustrating. I'm saying with the conditions.
Oh, he played great, but I just look at Thursday and I'm just like, he couldn't have done even just played decent.
Yeah,
just play decent.
That round 2 with him, it was him, Montisoma, and Pyatt is his name.
Yeah, the amateur.
That's something you'll have for the rest of your life. You played the Masters and you played with the previous champion and JT, one of the best in the world.
Yeah, he obviously was like plus 11, but what an incredible opportunity. Just to hear them kind of talk on the course and learn a few things. Like he had such a big smile when he shook their hands when he was done. It was good, like a good scene for the kid.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought that was great just to see those amateurs get to play. A few of them get to see the veterans, Bernie Langer and Sandy Lyle and Freddie Couples and Weirzy. Get to play the Masters every year while they're on the senior tour. So the Masters is great because it's invite only.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was going to bring up with the guys if they made it here. Is there, without Phil in the presence, is it noticeable or is it gone? Because he's been a staple on the tour for so long.
Three-time winner at Augusta.
Is it noticeable that he's not present?
It is for me, but I think the biggest thing, and Phil was the happiest person on planet Earth when Tiger Woods said, "I'm playing," because now everybody's like, we don't even ask him the Phil question.
Yeah.
You're not asking, is he going to Saudi Arabia? Is he doing this? Is he playing on the champ, this other tour, the Saudi Golf League? So it's noticeable, but I think Tiger, we've mentioned his coverage. It just eliminates anything else.
True. Yeah.
DeChambeau shot an 80 yesterday. I only know it because they showed it the last of the round. Otherwise you wouldn't know, So Tiger covers up a lot of wards for a lot of people,
which is good for other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brooksy didn't make the cut either, did he?
No, Brooksy didn't.
That's bad.
A couple of big names did not make the cut, so a couple chili dips yesterday. You mentioned Rick Hovland just made it inside the cut line.
I saw that. I laughed. I'm like,
but yeah, so we got updated. Shay's got John Rahm, Patrick Cantlay, Cam Smith, Bill Zalatoris, and Lee Westwood as the long shot. You didn't just pick him because you like Lee Westwood, just to make that known for everybody if you're just jumping on. I have Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy, Daniel Berger, Christian Bezuidenhout, and Harold Higgs Jr. the third. So a lot of fun this morning. Thanks for coming in, Shay.
No problem.
Appreciate
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. So we're gonna go and probably watch some Masters for a couple hours. Maybe have a drink.
Or two.
So everybody, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thanks for the comments, and we'll see you Monday on To The Point.